Hello guys, gals, boys, girls, and everyone in between. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so excited and just happy and relieved to be able to say that intro again. As cringy as it is sometimes, I absolutely love it, and I am so happy that I'm able to say that again. I'm so happy to be back to YouTube and hopefully be making YouTube videos again. But before I go back to like that regular uploading schedule, I do want to take a second to upload this video and just kind of talk about like, you know, why I took a break away from YouTube, like what I was doing in all that time, like what's been happening in my life, and just kind of explain it all to you so that way it makes hopefully a little bit more sense. So this video is going to be a little bit more serious, but I promise I have super funny videos coming after this one, and I'm just really excited to be back onto YouTube. So let's get into this video. But before we hop into this week's video, I do have an exciting announcement I want to make. So I kept getting a whole bunch of DMs on Instagram and TikTok and things like that of people wanting me to open a P.O. box. So I was like, you know what? If I get anything, cool. If I don't get anything, cool. But if you ever do want to send me anything, you can send it to my P.O. box at P.O. Box 550, Tate, Georgia 30177. But just hopping right on into this video, of why did I leave YouTube? Why wasn't I on YouTube for about 2 months? And long story short, it's basically just because I ran out of time and I ran out of ideas. I was already, like when I was making YouTube videos on a weekly basis back before I left YouTube originally, I just felt like I was running out of creative ideas. I felt like all my videos were rushed. I felt like my videos weren't well edited. I felt like they weren't that creative anymore. I just felt like they weren't funny. And it was just kind of like I was losing the joy in making YouTube videos as a creator. And I think that that was becoming obvious in the YouTube videos that I was making at that time. I just don't think that they were the quality videos that I typically would want myself to be posting. So I was losing creativity and I just felt like I didn't have any more ideas. And on top of that, I was in my last semester of college. And so it was just like on top of all the assignments I had going on, I also work full time. So on top of all my assignments, on top of working full time, on top of creating content full time, it was just a lot that was happening. And obviously I had to, one of those areas had to give if I was going to make it through the semester at all. So I ended up letting go of YouTube videos for the time being because I just, like I said, ran out of creativity and didn't really have the time for it. But with that being said, I did just recently graduate from Kennesaw State University. Go Owls, hooty hoo. But anyways, yeah, so I did just graduate from Kennesaw State University this semester with my Bachelor's of Science in Media and Entertainment. I made it through college with only 2 B's. I made A's on everything else, and I just have to my own horn there for a second. So now I do have a lot more time to hopefully be making YouTube videos and things like that. And I'm very excited just to be coming back because I feel like I have a lot more creative ideas now. I've been inspired by a lot of other YouTubers that I've been watching in the time that I've been gone from YouTube. And so yeah, I'm just really excited to be coming back to YouTube.
Jordan, what are you doing now that you graduated college?
And I do want to take a second to talk about this because it is entirely stressed me out way more than I feel like it should. But I'm just so stressed out because I don't know what the next step is, and I do want to take a second to talk about it and like just be completely transparent because I don't have it figured out, and I want to talk about it because I don't have it figured out and I don't know what I'm doing next in my life. And it's so just like weird to me to be done with school because school is literally all I've ever known. Like from kindergarten all the way up to graduating college, I've always been in school. Like I always just like, school was a part of my daily routine. Like school is all that I knew really. And even when I was in college, I never took a semester off. I went fall, spring, summer, fall, spring, summer. So I always had school in my routine. And so now that I'm not in school anymore, I'm just like, what do I do? But then on top of that, I feel like this immense pressure to have a job lined up already. And so I'm just super stressed out because I don't have a job lined up. I don't know what I'm doing in terms of like my career and things like that. And I'm just like, I feel like I'm at an impasse and it's just like, I don't know what I'm doing next. So what had actually happened was about a month ago, I had taken a position at a marketing firm in Atlanta. Like I said, my degree is in media and entertainment. This is more of like a marketing position, but I used to be a marketing major before I studied media and entertainment. So I still had some interest in marketing and I still had some interest in the position. So that's why I applied for it to begin with. And so I started at this marketing firm. It was a full-time position. It was a 9 to 6 job, Monday through Friday. And I was really excited actually to be starting the job because I was like, I've worked in the same job before that for the past 3.5 years, and I was excited for change, and I was excited to just move on, you know, to the next chapter of your life. Like, I was just excited to be doing, like, you know, what's next for me. And so I quit my job that I'd been at for 3.5 years and started at this marketing firm. But backtrack, this marketing firm, all my interviews were done over Zoom, so I never saw the office in person. I never really got a feel for the work environment or anything like that. I never got a feel to see if it was like maybe a little sketchy or if I wouldn't like it in person. And so lo and behold, the first day of work rolls around and I show up to this marketing firm, and I was just kind of underwhelmed by the entire experience. And then I'm sitting there filling out my paperwork, and before I'd even gotten into my first day of work, we had talked about a specific salary that I'd be getting paid because, you know, this is a full-time position, like degree required, like there's so much that goes into it. So we had talked about a specific salary that I'd be getting paid at this job. And I'm sitting there filling out the paperwork on my first day at the job, and I noticed that it says $30 a day. And I was like, surely this is a typo. I was like, this has to be a typo because I know we talked about a specific salary. So I was like, this has to be a typo. So I didn't sign the paperwork. I was just like, you know what, I'll ask the director about it when I get in my meeting with him. And so time goes by, and I get in my meeting with the director, and he was like, yeah, the starting pay is actually $30 a day. And then you move up to the salary position that we discussed when you move up in the company. And I was like, well, one, that's not really what we discussed. Two, how long does it take for you to move up in the company? And he said typically about 2 to 3 months. I was like, you got me 50 shades of up with that bullshit. And the director was like, okay, let's go take your photo for your badge, like your work ID. So when we got up to go take the photo for my badge, I actually bolted out of the door and ran. So then I ended up having to go back to my job that I've worked at for the past 3.5 years, which is completely fine because I love the job. I've just been there for a long time. So I just went back to that job, and now I'm currently at that job as I'm trying to figure out, you know, what I'm doing next with my life. And now I'm just like, I'm at this huge impasse in my life because I don't know if I want to go in a more serious professional way. Like, I've been applying to like more serious professional jobs in the media and entertainment industry. But on the flip side of that, part of me loves creating content so much, and part of me just loves the creativity of like being able to make my own videos and like come up with my ideas, edit my videos, like full on produce my videos, which I do. And I love every single aspect of that. And especially now that I've graduated college, I've come to love it a lot more because I have more time to appreciate it and I have more time to dedicate to making videos. I'm 21 years old. I just graduated college. I feel like I'm almost too old to want to pursue a digital content creation career. Like, I feel like I'm too old to try to invest in like a YouTube career or social media career, whatever that might include. But ultimately, that's what makes me happy, is like making content. And so there's just like a different element of joy that comes from creating videos, whether it's on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or whatever it may be. There's a certain element of joy that I get from that I don't think that I would get in the professional world. And so I'm sitting here like stuck at this impasse. Like, I feel like I have to pursue the stable 9-to-5 industry job where I have a professional work environment, where I just work at a desk. I work in a cubicle every single day. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that to me. Like, I would be okay with that. Would I be perfectly happy and yay about it? I don't really think so. I think what I'd be more excited about is just pursuing creating content and creating videos full time for myself. And that's really what I want to do. But I don't know what to commit to, and it's really stressing me out. And I'm sure you can probably see my stress through the camera right now. So I just don't know what I'm doing in my life right now. And I want to be absolutely transparent about that because I don't know what's happening in my life, really. I don't know what's next. I don't know what I'm doing next. I'm just kind of stuck in the air of just like, what am I doing? Like I said, I feel like this immense pressure to like do the right thing. And I just don't know what that is. I mean, I believe everything happens for a reason, so maybe I'll figure out exactly what I need to be doing. But I have no idea. And I want to be really open about the fact that I have no idea what I'm doing. There's nothing wrong with not knowing what you're doing next. That's part of life. That's part of living, is experiencing new things. And while we're talking about experiencing new things, the other impasse that I'm at right now is, you know, I live in Georgia. I've lived in Georgia my entire life, but I have always wanted to leave Georgia as soon as I can. And for me, in my mind, as soon as I can has always been when I graduate college, because once I graduate college, I no longer have anything tying me down to living in Georgia. If I don't do it now, I don't think that I'll ever do it ever in my life. And I will forever resent myself if I don't pack up my car and move now. But I just, you know, don't know, you know, how to do that even. I really want to pack up my car and just move to the West Coast because Like I've talked about a million different times in my videos, I love the West Coast and I feel like that's where I belong. I don't think that I belong here in Georgia. I don't know what I'm doing. My life right now is just a huge giant question mark that hopefully I'll figure out very soon. Hopefully something will work out, and if not, you know, like I said, that's part of life. So I guess we'll just have to, you know, see what unfolds. So funny thing, as I'm laying here editing this video, I want to talk specifically about like this subject about me leaving Georgia. Literally right after I filmed this video, my friend Tia messaged me on Instagram. Tia lives in Vegas. I met her the very first time I ever went to Vegas. She's amazing. But Tia messaged me on Instagram the other day and was like, hey, are you still planning on moving to Vegas? And I was like, girl, I want to, I just don't know how to. So she was like, well, why don't you come out here and just stay with me and my girlfriend and like kind of figure out what you want to do. And I was like, oh my God, good idea. So actually, right after I got done filming this video, I booked a flight to Vegas. So I leave for Vegas in 2 weeks, actually. So maybe I'll figure out what I'm doing. Who knows? Because not me. The third thing I want to talk about is a little bit more lighthearted. And I'm sure, as you probably noticed, I am back in braces again. I am back in braces because I had a wand tooth that was growing out crooked. It was really bothering me, and so my orthodontist offered to fix it for free. And I was like, you know what? We wear masks all the time. I might as well go back in braces for a couple weeks. Actually get my braces off next week, so by the time this video comes out, I'll have my braces taken off. And part of the reason why I was also away from YouTube was because I really became insecure with like my smile and my teeth while I had braces on. And I know there are much bigger issues in this world right now, but me being back in braces was making me a little bit insecure about my smile, and it was making me, I didn't want people to know that I was back in braces. And I've just been going through different friendships and evaluating different friendships that I've had in my life and figuring out if these friendships actually bring something to my life, or if they're just friendships that I've had just out of convenience. So I've went through and had to reevaluate a lot of the friendships that I've had with people. And with that, I was, you know, cutting ties with certain people because I just don't see a reason for us to be friends anymore. And it doesn't mean any active beef with anyone. Like, I don't want any drama with anyone. I don't have any hard feelings towards anyone. And I was like, do we share the same values? Do we care about the same issues? Like, if I feel like you're creating a toxic environment for me as a friend, then ultimately at the end of the day, I don't want to be friends with you anymore. And so I ended up cutting off certain people in my life because I felt like they weren't, you know, the ideal friends to have in my lifetime. And so going through reevaluating my friendships, going through college, going through work full time, going through a creative block, going through, I don't know what I'm doing next in my life. I was going through all that at the exact same time, and I'm still, you know, actively going through it. Now I kind of can think about it better without wanting to go into a massive panic attack. But now it's just, you know, I feel happy that I can acknowledge what was causing me so much stress during that time. And I know that I have better friends around me now than I have ever had before, ever in my life. Especially because they're the ones that are helping me figure out, you know, like what I'm doing in my life, what I want to do with my life, you know, like what the next step might be, helping me with like, you know, creative ideas, or inspiring me to just do different things. But with that being said, I'm almost done ranting. I just, you know, I'm at a point in my life where it's just, I don't know what to do next. I'm like, should I pack up my car and move? Should I try to pursue creating videos full time? Should I, so many questions, no answers. But I do want to say a massive, 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 massive thank you to every single person who has sent me kind messages. And those messages, I swear, mean the absolute world to me. So thank you so much for everyone who is supporting me and just, you know, reaching out, just checking up on me, making sure I was doing okay. So thank you to every single person who has, you know, been there for me as I wasn't on YouTube. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. I have been filming YouTube videos this week and I am loving them. I think that they are the most funniest videos, and so I'm very excited to be sharing those with you. As of right now, I don't want to commit to another uploading schedule, but I promise I will be a lot more active on YouTube. But thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. Thank you guys for all your love and support. If you do want to follow me on my other social media, you can follow my Instagram at Jordan Stewart. You can follow my TikTok at Jordan Stewart _, and then my Snapchat at Jorge the Taco 120. Can't wait to see you guys for the next video. Peace out, guys and gals.